Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Eddie Marcus here again, spokesman and advocate of basic human rights for all people. I want to take a little bit of your time, if you will allow me, and speak on the subject matter, tired of living? We're living in a world today where people are very, very depressed. They are down. I won't say that most of them are ready to stop living, because people really, that desire to live is responsible for all of the acquiescence they've given in regards to those things that have come and crushed the life out of them. But I'd just like to take a minute and speak of it anyway. I think about this terrible, terrible world we're living in, and you know all about it. And so I won't spend any time this time trying to bring them up again, so we'll all be on that same page, for I think we're all on that same page anyway. But what I would like to say is this. One of the foundational things that allow our problems to exist, we haven't ever seen it that way, most of us. We've always looked at it as the reason why we are, as we have called ourselves, free, or the best nation on earth, and so on and so forth. We call it the founding fathers as the foundation of this nation. Well, one thing I want to, in trying to inspire you and to get you ready for living, I got to dismantle this lie. The founding fathers are not special. They're a group of men, just like Donald Trump, George Bush, Barack Obama, and all these other people who don't give a damn about the people. The things they did was all about themselves, and every party that participated in that organization had their own interest. Neither of them had the interest of everyone. And that is, my ladies, my friends, the foundation of this nation. When we look at the Constitution, many of you look at it as if it's holy. It's nothing but a bunch of words. Don't mean a thing. If you think it does, that's the people that's suffering. They're just following suit. And I just want you to understand that. And I wouldn't tell you that the founding fathers weren't any more than you or I. I wouldn't tell you that if it weren't true. But if I didn't have something to replace that lie with, then sometimes it would be better for me to keep it. But I got something to replace it with, you know. I want to tell you about the one who created the founding fathers. Founding fathers didn't create themselves, didn't create this earth, and you know who I'm talking about. I'm talking about a power that's unseen, untouchable, but is always expressible. And when that power has spoken, you understand. But here's our situation. You know I'm talking about God. But most of us, when it comes down to God, the only thing we know about God is what we read or what somebody told us. We have no relationship with God beyond the way it has been described to us. God is living in the Word. God is living in the book. God wasn't living in the book when he talked to those men and women that you read about in the book. You ever wonder why? You ever wonder why that happens? I can tell you why. It was a trick. Whoa. I'm just looking at my hand. I cut it earlier, expressing some concern for Duchess. Duchess is my little female dog, you know. God spelled backwards. Anyway, I think about how simple it is. And I'm going to tell you like this for those of you who haven't heard me before. Many of you have heard this before. But check this out. Whatever world you're living in today, wherever you're at, and whoever bounds you, your liberator is truth. The truth leads you to God. Now you know for a fact that no man made this earth. You know for a fact that. You didn't. And so what would make any man more precious to this earth than you? The Pope, the Queen, the King, the President, Everybody, and the rich man. Well, what will make them more entitled to this earth than you? He played no more in its creation than you. But not only that, think about the resources that's in the earth. All of the stuff that you can extract from the earth to use for things that we have always used it for and are currently using it for, and in the future we'll be bringing in brand new things, whether it's in the earth, on the earth, or above the earth, whether it's seen or unseen. I mean, it was made to be utilized in the process of creation, and it will be done. So I'm saying, man didn't do that. God did that. And you and I, we're here on this earth. And the only role that man played in this process is the role that he was given. You know, like you got your heartbeat and the blood runs all over your body. Well, the only reason your blood runs all over your body is because the heart pumps it out. And the only reason that the heart is there to pump it out is because God created the heart. So all that man can do, he's still just an instrument like the heart. He's here to do what God has made him to do. And one of those things was to engage in the process of creation. Children. Multiply the earth. Great. Now, you know, I know that. So maybe if you could see God a little bit different than what you have been reading about in the book. Because what I'm telling you is absolutely what God has done. Now, in making us, I don't care where we come from, what color we are, what gender we are, how beautiful, how ugly, how tall, how short, how fat, how skinny. We all require the same things for survival. The things that God put out there, like oxygen and all that other stuff and the chemical stuff that's in the air. And I'm not talking about chemtrails and all that other crap that those who believe in the founding fathers are doing to kill us. I'm talking about that is essential. Drinking that water. Essential. Those things God provided right there. You can look in the lakes, look in the rivers, look in the ocean, look at the, well, you can't see the air, but you can feel it blowing because it's cooked up in the wind. And you breathe it in. Now, certain things, the process requires us to do. We need food. We need shelter and clothing. We know that because the elements, being without the elements, teaches us that we need shelter. Starving teaches us we need food. And so what I'm saying to you, ladies and gentlemen, is that knowing this, then it is our responsibility, it is our obligation to one another, designed by the Creator of all things, that we guarantee these things to one another, because they all belong to God, and they're all a gift, an inheritance, as it were, for the people that God has created. Now, in order for us to take where we're at now and progress, we need something else. Every last one of us. Education. Education to guide us in stuff that you know that I didn't know, and stuff you that I can share with you, and so on and so forth, all over the places. We can use it and utilize all of those little special things we didn't even know existed. And at the same time, with that special gift that has been given to us, that one gift that makes life worth living. It gives us our greatest joy. It's like cream on the top. Ask Michael Jordan, ask Magic Johnson, ask any superstar. Hey, you doing that, what God has given you to do, whether it's playing an instrument, whether it's dancing, whether it's singing, whether it's building a house, down a ditch, building a bridge, whatever it is, it's the greatest thing for you. And that's what you were designed to do. Now, all these things that God has given in the earth and above the earth, on it, and given you, what is it for? It's for you to do what? To have a career. A career to exercise that special gift that you have been given. Exercising that special gift that you have been given. And in exercising that special gift, it's like every last one of us in the playground, in the park, playing our greatest game, having our greatest joy. And while we're doing that, we're creating food, clothing, shelter, services, and what else? Goods. I mean, we're just doing it all. And then other things that we have that are so important to us, we got time to engage, and we're not never alone because others are free to do these things. And we are like children in the park. Grown folk. Oh, healthcare, we cover that. Grown folk in life, living like they're in the park, having fun, exercising all their responsibilities, being responsible for the freedom that we have gained by waking up and pulling off that stuff that the founding fathers have guided throughout America's history. We're not going to curse it. Oh, it served us well in our ignorance. It served us, many of us, well. It stomped on a lot of us, not just here in America, but all over the globe. And ladies and gentlemen, wherever you are, this message that I'm sharing is not just for we here who are Americans, or you who have migrated here. No, 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 no. It is for people everywhere. It is even for those who call themselves leaders. It is for those who call themselves dictators and who wants to go and bomb everybody, kill everybody, roll up their sleeves talking about their muscles and how bad they are, and saying who's going to be a superpower and who's going to challenge. Well, listen, ladies and gentlemen, all of you who are not talking this talk, these folks are not playing games. These people are ignorant to the truth of life. And the things that they do, it is not for you. It is protecting their own special interests that they're connected with, their secret societies and obligations and goals, and you are just being used to cause those things to manifest for them. And yes, they will start wars and send your brothers and sisters and fathers and mothers out to die and kill for their interest in come back home and can't even go to the hospital. Come back home and living in squalor. Come back home and being poisoned with water that you've determined was a way to kill us. Well, but you know what? The choice of living not as Americans, but people all over the world, like we're children in a park enjoying everything about life, it has always been there. You didn't know it, but now I have shared it with you, and you know it's true, those of you who, especially those of you who are trying to seek God. But I want to tell you that those of you who feel churches and stuff like this, God recognizes that you're there. He recognizes your shortcomings. He recognizes and respects where you have achieved what you have achieved in this march. And this is why you heard it said somewhere in the Bible, I think, if it were not for the return, that even the elect, well, the Spirit of God really hasn't gone anywhere. It's here today. It has always been here. But now I want you to be reminded of it. And you are hearing the true words. Not a word in a book. It might be in there. I'm sure it is. But you are hearing what it is meaning. It means you experiencing your dreams because the Father of your life, who created you, prepared that you would have a dream. And that dream would be fulfilled. You would play a part in it. And all of creation, all of the human beings on the face of the earth is playing a part in the creation of your dream because you are just that important. And you are so loving that you are making sure that you give your best to play a part in their dreams that they may have the best. And you won't be talking about who's bugging who, who's tapping who, and any of that. I just wanted to share this with the world. But I want you to know, and I know, that a man such as I, speaking to you like this, will not be going to some courtroom being bound by anything the court system of the founding fathers would say to me. I'm above and beyond that. And I want you to. There is life, abundant life, and it's there for you. Thank you so very much, and bye-bye.